Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop onto the charts on this beautiful Friday, February 20th, make sure you read what's on the screen, man. Trading is risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all or more of the money you trade with. It's a crazy thing to do. Nobody should do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing you see or hear from me here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer. This is I stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Like Top of Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, Edgeful, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. Chat. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Let's see what we got. 9:24 a.m. Eastern on a beautiful Friday. I got good energy today, guys. I got good energy every day, or at least I try to tell myself that so I can trick my mind into creating some good energy, but we definitely got good energy today, man. Feeling good. Nothing crazy trading-wise, right? But snagging some payouts. Snagging some profit. Had a really fun stream with Clay from Top 1 yesterday. That was awesome. Got a bunch of people funded. Had a bunch of fun. But good morning. Tom, Grushar, what's happening? Glenn B, let's go. Rob, Nurse, what's happening? I can't read any of your guys' names. What's up, everybody? Marcy, Dwayne, Pam. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. We are live on YouTube, Kick, and X. X has been bugging out. I don't know what they got going on. Let's see. Am I live on X? It's not really showing. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this. We'll have to figure it out, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got, guys. We only got a couple minutes to the open. Gonna see if we can't keep the show rolling in the Top 1 Futures live account. Finally got it back to a pretty nice spot. I wasn't really in a lot of drawdown. I think at the most I was down around the $2,000 mark off the initial balance, not off the high watermark. But decided to take a little payout yesterday, really like a minimum payout. Hadn't taken one in a while. I'm glad I did. I always like to test, make sure everything's working. I'm glad I did take that payout, an attempt to take a payout. Went through, got approved, all that good stuff. They went to send the money. Accounts, unlocked, ready to roll. And something with my Rise is going on. My Rise had something that's showing unverified, even though I've been using Rise for a while and, processed tons of deposits and withdrawals. So, now I'm talking with Rise's compliance team. So always good to make sure you're kind of regularly going through and making sure everything is up to snuff. Which is why I don't like to go too long without trying to do something like that. So this is yesterday's markup. I got no markup rolling right now at all. Let's take a look at it together. This was yesterday's trade. We took one right off the open. Beautiful pop to the upside. Put a little under $720, less commissions, fees, in the Top 1 Futures live account with that trade. Man, we are hammering into this resistance zone. Yeah, we got about 3 minutes to the open here, guys. We're on YM. This is the 15-minute chart. Again, I'm in my Top 1 Futures 15K pre-live account. Technically, that's what they're calling this one on Trade-of-8 Ninja Trader. TradingView, I'm logged in through Trade-of-8 on TradingView here. Watching this thing hammer into these lows. Make sure I don't jack anything up here. I'm trying to make a little bit of a thesis coming into today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Maybe it will be nice to put the watermark on the chart. Yeah, I mean, like... the watermark is just like, I don't like it so much. It's just kind of... Yeah, we definitely want that. How do we put watermark for the actual thing? Symbol watermark? I don't know. Someone tell me how to put the watermark on. I thought it was over here. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see what contract I'm on. Yeah, it just kind of overlays it. Well, whatever. We can leave it on for now. Make somebody in the chat happy. So, let's take a look, man. We are pushing the downside here on the daily chart. We've been kind of consolidated around this level. We got some back and forth movement here. I don't know, man. This one feels like we maybe open up to the downside and just go. I don't know, dude. Either we find support here again and we kind of just consolidate. We pop to the upside, pop to the downside. I don't know that I want to take my mean reversion trade on this, man. I really don't. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to because I don't know which trades are the good trades or the bad trades. I'll tell you something, though. I'll tell you something as we get ready to open up here. If we crack to the downside aggressively off the open, I'm going to look to long it. I am going to look to long it. If we crack to the downside, ooh, 25's down there. 225s, that's not that far. Yeah, if we crack to the downside, guys, I'm going to look to long it. If we pop to the upside, I'm going to look to short it. I'd say right in here because I think there's a case that we just dumped today. I really do. I'm going to be cautious on this one, though, guys. I will say I'll identify some risk here. We're hammering into a support zone, right? There's a saying that goes, the more a zone is tested, the less it is respected, right? So, you know, there's something to be said about that as we are continuing to push down around these lows. Eventually, we keep hammering into this, right? You know, buyers are going to give it up at a certain point, or they might give it up at a certain point. So here we go, guys, coming right down into those 225s. Just getting a feel for what this looks like. I'm not doing anything yet. You guys will see executions on the screen because I'm still trading here right from the trading view chart. You know what? I hate this. Little stuff like this bothers me. So to the person that asked that, you should be able to see up here, right? You can see what interval I'm at, time frame, and what I'm trading. So little stuff like that, more crap on my chart bothers me, so I'm going to take it off. There's a long play here, dude. I don't know. Here comes the discretion, the intuition. Mean reversion style play, right back up to VWAP. This would give me, yeah, give me what I need, but it's a little dicey. Let's take a look around the horn real quick. At ES, let's get rid of this. ES, similar structure here. Take a look at NQ. Similar structure here. YM starting to bounce right off those 225s. Look at Bookmap playing out like a dream here. Tough call, guys. This one's a tough call. Why is it a tough call, you might ask? We're hammering into support zone, right? We've been consolidating here. Yes, I'm going to play the range back and forth until it doesn't work, until we break it. I'm wrong and we sell off. But this one's dicey, man. And it's coming right at the open. It's coming, you know, 15 seconds into the open, which I really also don't like because it could be just so damn volatile. Oh, I said I do want to put a take profit in here of like something, you know, really far away, just for reference. Max stop loss right now. Take profit just really far away. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, that looks like it might be it. Quick crack right down below prior day's low. Hit the 225s for a quick bounce. I'm not in this, obviously. And I talked about trying to get more aggressive. I talked about taking some riskier plays right into the open here on YM because a lot of them do pay. I might still look for this. We didn't revert all the way back up, right? We didn't come all the way back up here to VWAP. We really didn't pull that mean reversion just yet. You know, if we do that and then we come down, I definitely don't want to long it. But I might try it if we get a really aggressive crack lower, kind of like what I was waiting for yesterday before we took the buys. So that's what I'm waiting on right now. I'm just going to jump around time frames, not to make everybody dizzy here. We're out on the 1 hour taking a look. Just want to see what's down below this, you know, get a better feel for higher time frame, price action, market structure. Yeah, you know, we could come all the way down here and still be valid. That's what I would need. I'm not going to long it from up here. This might be all we do. Quick sweep down below prior day low and then a pop back up. I don't want that one. I would take a really aggressive dip down here with a stop loss way outside. That gives me the confidence to say, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm dead effing wrong, and, you know, we sell off. But I don't want to get long right here and get stopped right here for a pop back up. I want to get long down here with a stop out here and then get stopped. You know, if we have to do that, I don't stand a chance. Because I do think if we start to sell out off through the 100s aggressively, I think we're coming to the downside. Overall, looking at how this opened up, as we continue lower, still looking potentially long on this. Pretty weak. We tested yesterday's volume point of control, sold off after a little bit of a pop through Asia, sold off at London Open, and we really continued that right here into NYSE Open. So curious to see if it's just if it's just this play that's going to work really nicely. Buys right down below prior day low as we crack that. For a move right back up towards VWAP, right? Or current volume point of control even. Or maybe this gives me what I'm looking for, which is this bad boy. You know, roughly. Whatever. Stop. Take profit is, you know, it doesn't matter to me. I don't run a fixed take profit. Somewhere in here. Let's see, guys. Let's see. You know, I don't get it. We pop right back up. That's fine. I'm cool. I want to be a little bit cautious down here, man. I think we're really making the case that we want to break this. I think there's a good chance that we overshoot it, right? And a long below the support level could be a pretty decent idea. We get through this really aggressively. I think we come lower, but buyers holding it up for now. Not dumping. Quick crack down below this low. Kind of hanging out here. We didn't wick right back up. Just taking a look at ES and NQ's book map as they are pushing higher. Yeah, it looks like the reversion play is going to be off of yesterday's low. Not a great risk structure, right? Looking like if you longed right at yesterday's low. Right? Yeah, we even did sweep this one. But if you got long, you know, like right in here, right? You know, maybe right in here around yesterday's low. You know, back to VWAP gives you 130 points, maybe. It's not that great. It's not that great. You'd have to be pretty tight with a stop. Anyway, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here. Not do anything too crazy. See what YM's got for me today. The black sheep that I love to trade here. Tariffs and stuff. PMI, news at 9:45. Ooh, didn't even talk about news today. Hang on one second. We got news coming up. Ooh. Wow, guys, I'm asleep at the wheel. I'm asleep at Dwayne. Thank you, chat. I'm asleep at the wheel here, guys. Didn't get to talk about 9:45 a.m. news. We have Flash Manufacturing PMI, Flash Services PMI. Let's pull this up. Slipping today, man. Damn. Thank you, Dwayne. ForexFactory.com, one of any, you know, dozen news sites that you guys can look at. I'm not partnered or affiliated with these guys. Ooh, volatility coming into the upside here. 9:45 a.m. coming up in about 7.5 minutes. We have Flash Manufacturing PMI, Flash Services PMI. Those are both red folder. Not like a CPI, unemployment, you know, NFP, FOMC, you know, Flash Manufacturing and Flash Services. If you trade for long enough, you start to get a feel on, you know, what is a really, really high impact event, what's not so high impact. Those can be really hot, you know, or really cold and send the market. But not too worried about those, but important to know about, like really important to know about. And my bad for not talking about that. So 9:45 a.m. It's usually part of my morning morning routine with you guys, talk news. 9:45 a.m. Eastern coming up in about 6 minutes here. We do have some red folder, and then we have new home sales, pretty light at 10 a.m. Then we got some people speaking into the afternoon. So Nothing too crazy, but definitely want to be aware of that 9:45 a.m. Thank you, Dwayne. Gold star for you in the chat. GDP at half of expectation. Fast money, tariffs and stuff. PMI news 9:45. Yeah, thank you. Happy Friday. What's up, Maritime Trades? What's happening? Bad red folder news this morning at 8:30. Okay. Yep. Maybe we'll be nice to put. Yeah, we talked about that watermark on the chart. But you guys should be able to see what I'm on. You can see everything. Apex claims they caught people abusing their system. Yeah, A-Deal King and anybody else on here. I'm sure you guys are all on socials and you see all the craziness going on. I'm not gonna yap about it. I'm not gonna yap about it, guys. Read the stuff yourself, do your own research, make your own decisions. I think there's a lot that, here's my comment on it. There's a lot that you can see early on and read and not really fully understand. And it does take some context of being here for a while, being in the space, watching other traders and influencers and guys that stream yap and talk and what they show and what they don't show. Also how firms operate. Some firms operate differently than others. It really is crazy. It's like the Wild Wild West out here. So do your own research and make your own decisions about that type of stuff. There's a ton of craziness going on in the overnight session, with a firm sending an email, about specific traders and what they're doing, and, a specific trader that sounded like, what they're doing, and payouts getting denied, and, so just do your own research on that stuff, man. It's a mess. It's always going to be a mess. I think try to find people maybe like myself. I don't know. Maybe like myself that show you the good and the bad. They talk about the good and the bad. They're, if they're going to talk about making a ton of money or show you, a bunch of something, they're going to show you how they're doing that. They talk about losing accounts and having frustrating weeks like I did today. Like I did this week, right? And on Wednesday, I talked about being distracted, talked about taking losses on stream. Then I talked about, having some green, but also blowing accounts and having unnecessary loss of evals and, trading distracted and allowing a trade to run in profit. I was talking about that on my Instagram story. Try to be around people that are being honest with you, open and honest. And, at very least, if they're going to show crazy stuff, you want to know what's behind that. I trade live here showing you guys what trading looks like for me, right? I show you the sauce, try to answer questions. If I post anything, I try to post up, really detailed information about it. When I post anything about payouts, I don't think I've ever posted a payout number with the actual amount. I intentionally don't do that because I think it could be really misleading for guys to be showing, massive profit, massive payout, and you're not in the same situation as those people. You're not in the same situation as me, right? So anyway, I said I wasn't gonna yap about this stuff, but you guys do your own research, make your own decisions as YM is coming lower. It's craziness, man. I'm not gonna. I started to trail, so I'm not gonna yap about it. I said this year for sure, it's something that I want to do and demonstrate as we get close to this 9:45 is positivity, man. I'm not here to dog anybody else. I'm not here to talk negatively. I think everybody's saying we got to call out all the frauds and the scammers and clean up the space. That's great, bro. You want to shit on people, you go and do that. I'm not going to do that. There's people where that's their entire identity and the way that they grow, and I'm definitely not going to do that. I think there's a lot of fraud and scams and BS out there. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of people that are biased and stand to make money from doing that are doing, calling out other people. So, you listen to them if you want, but I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to talk about what my trading looks like, yap about prop firms and prop firm news. I'll talk about that, right? I'll share that email, I think, on social media, just to raise awareness about what's going on, but not talking in specifics about, who and what I think and why, and put the tinfoil hat on, man, and don't do it in a negative, negative type of way. There's enough of that where you can figure it out yourself. So that was a nice bounce. That was a really nice bounce. If you guys have questions on it, sorry, I'll finish with this. If you guys have questions on it, or you ever can't differentiate something, you don't understand something, you're seeing something, you don't understand like a trader that's doing something, and you're curious about my personal opinion, hit me up and I will speak, directly to you, right? Not in the public forum. I'm happy to do that. If you're like, hey Zach, I'm interested about this or this firm or these people or what's going on here, maybe you could help. I always try to give you my opinion, right? My subjective, biased opinion. But outside of that, man, it's so much time, man. It's all Instagram and YouTube is nowadays. Is just people talking crap about each other. It's ridiculous. Anyway, markets. That was a nice crack all the way down through the 225s. Through the 225s, and we had liquidity on here. We did have some buy orders. We had a nice pop right back up, and we got 30 seconds to this red folder news. Let's see if the buys below yesterday's low would send us right back to VWAP. I got a feeling we do. I got a feeling we pop on this. We come right back up here. I'm not going to take a trade right into this red folder news now that we are aware that we do have news. We'll go kind of see what we got going on. Let's see, guys. Here we go. Really dark on the order book. Price just sitting really right at the 285s, 290s. Got a little bit of a stall here. Market's trying to figure out which way it wants to go. A couple points to the downside. Really no reaction at all for the first 30 seconds. Yeah, no, really very little reaction out of all of these so far. Downside. That's what we're looking at on YM. Not a whole lot of movement yet. Not a whole lot of movement just yet, guys. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. If you guys want to check out any of my stuff, all of my links are here. I didn't have any links in the chat today. I just realized. What's up? Morning, Jess. Morning, Slothfather. Hey, thanks for following me. Appreciate you. Oh man. Juicy long sweep. Juicy long of ES Super Project Low. Nice, Nate. What's happening, brother? What's happening? Yeah, nothing out of this, man. Really nothing out of YM. Again, I still think we pop here. After finding buyers down here, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out what the hell this thing is doing. Just patiently watching this. This looks like maybe this is all we do. We come right back up. We follow ES and NQ. If we come down again, man, I don't know that I want to long the hell out of this thing. That might start to get dicey here. It's okay. Not every day is going to be a beautiful beautiful 150 points right off the rip in profit like we had yesterday, right? Some days are kind of going to be slow here on YM. That's why I'm scalping like an absolute maniac on NQ. We'll be back over there today, see if we can't turn some profit, have a little bit better of a session than I had on Wednesday, where I just got straight smoked on NQ. We'll see what we could do over there today. But YM pays me well, obviously, And I want to focus on that off of the open here. Taking a look at ES. Taking a look at YM. NQ. I'm gonna watch this, man. I'm really curious to see what happens if we come down to this low again. Like, if these roll over, I think this could be violent. This could be pull back up to VWAP on this ES and NQ, like the really aggressive. You know, we're selling off. We're gonna take everybody out that got short first. We're gonna trade 1,100 ticks to the upside on NQ, and then we rip everybody's face off. YM might be leading that charge, and man, if these start to go like this could get really ugly. So I don't know that I want to be on the wrong side of that, man. I gotta take these trades as they set up. Don't know which are going to be the winners and the losers, but there's a little bit of discretion that comes in here, right? A little bit of intuition saying, hey, I don't like this price action market structure that much, man. So I'm going to watch this a little bit more and then get ready to hop over to NQ. That's my plan. But let's see, man. Let's see. It's Friday. We're going to have some fun. Maybe we're going to do some giveaways. Maybe we're going to chill out, watch the markets. Oh, man. Yeah, we're not going to yap too much about crazy prop traders and what they do, and crazy firms. I've done enough of that in the past, man, and I'm just looking to be positive. Do your own research, man. Make your own decisions. I think this space is the Wild Wild West. Trading's crazy. You know, nothing new. People play the same tricks over and over and over again. Try to find people that are, you know, that are being real with you as best as they can. And no matter what, even when you find people being real with you, remember that, like, you're not in the same position as those people, right? You know, you probably don't have the same resources as those people, myself included. You know, you probably don't have the same trading capital, the same time, the same experience. You almost will never have the same experience, right? And grain of salt, you know, the stuff that you see. You know, it's not the same. So, all that stuff is important. Yeah, I'm really curious today, guys. I almost want to get NQ loaded up here coming up now, because if we start to roll over, I kind of want to be able to scalp it. Try to scalp some momentum to the downside. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get set up for it. I think we're going to go. I was waiting for a pop back up here, retest VWAP. We did it on ES and NQ, and I think we might roll over, guys. I think we might come back down through this low, and I think it might be violent. So give me a minute here. I'm going to display this banner. I'm going to get loaded back up in some sim accounts, not my top one live account, where I'm not scalping NQ like an absolute psychopath, because I don't have a ton of, because it's just risky as all hell, and I will get quickly cooked sometimes on that. So bear with me here while I get an account loaded up. Let me see what I want to do here. What do we want to go with? I got a handful that I'm working on the back end. Oh, shit. Excuse my language. Got to do this quick. Let's get a funded account loaded up here. Let's make some money today, guys. All right, we got a couple of funded accounts. Let's go. Let's get some credentials here. Hang tight with me, guys. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is in the chat. Code RDF gets you the best deal. I have a 15K pre-live account with Top 1 Futures that I have been trading for quite a while with them. It's awesome. Love it. Great stuff. I talked about the reasons that I'm going on an aggressive prop run I talked about the risk that a lot of other traders don't talk about. I talked about a lot of the losses that I will incur getting aggressive trading sim accounts. But it will also allow me to do what I'm doing right now, which is to swap over to an account that I'm comfortable getting real damn aggressive in the sim environment. Okay, let's go with let's go with a funded. This is a funded bad boy. It's a 50K. Logged in. Okay, cool. We're ready. We're ready, chat. Let's go. I'm coming over to MNQ because I think this might go. Coming over to MNQ. We are ready to roll. Logged back in. We're gonna keep scalping away here for the time being on TradingView. I talked a little bit about it with Clay yesterday. Talked about some other platforms that are rolling out. I am, for now, going to stay on TradingView. I've been scalping a little bit off the streams, testing what it feels like on Tradeovate itself. I actually just made a YouTube video about it, scalping right from the Tradeovate platform. And it's fast, but I'm just not the Tradeovate expert, but maybe I will become that. All right, we're here on MNQ on the 1 minute chart. I'm curious to see what happens down here around VWAP. I'm not doing anything just yet. I'm going to get ready to start scalping a little bit. I want to get a feel for where volatility is. We're running a 30 on the ATR for the 1 minute chart here. Let's see. Chatty McChat, chat. This is interesting, Chatty McChat. That's pretty tight. I'm gonna trade this two ways today, just so you guys know. I'm gonna run my same scalpy fixed take. I don't know what the heck that is. We got a bunch of balloons in chat. I don't even know how that happens. Some hand recognition with whatever software I'm using. I'm gonna run this two ways, just because you might see something a little bit different out of me. I'll attempt to trade some momentum. So if we aggressively start to trend, and in this market, I'm thinking that we might give up VWAP, start to roll over down around the lows. And if we started to break down, I could see a really aggressive run to the downside. If we get that, the trading's going to look a little bit differently than this fixed take profit, fixed stop loss. It's going to be entering, selling into selling pressure. Maybe, whoa, not 10. Just getting a look for this. Maybe adding into trades that are working in profit. Maybe scaling in around entry. Building a position to try to capture that breakout to the downside. To ride some of that momentum to the downside. Just to give you a little bit of that, preemptive discussion about that, right? Because I don't want you to go, okay, well, what the hell is he doing now? Now we're just marketing in, maybe with like 2 micros at a time, right? No fixed take profit, a stop loss that's going to be way outside, or something that's going to continually change because we're adding in. And that's going to be that momentum trading. That's going to be that building a position into selling pressure, which I think might be coming up, dude. I could be completely dead wrong. We could absolutely take off to the upside, but I'm going to wait for I'm waiting right now for a crack back up here. And then maybe look to start trying to short this thing, because I think we could go. I think we're going to go. I think this might have been a gnarly clean out move. Take everybody out and then get ready to go. Consolidating up here around VWAP. We could absolutely see, if we're going to start to break to the downside, right? What do we often do before we go lower? We go higher. Could see one of these. That could be pretty frustrating. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens around here before I start pulling anything. But we could certainly just be finding support at... I could be reading it completely wrong, right? We could be finding support at VWAP. Break above, bounce off of VWAP, bullish price action. We're going to move to the upside. We're going to start pushing this day higher. We're going to find buyers down here. around these higher time frame lows, you know, that's absolutely what we could see today. I'll always try to give you guys the other case of my bias and kind of how I'm reading the market. Getting ready to come into 10 a.m. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just measuring out. I'm not doing anything, guys. I'm being lazy, and this is kind of a cool feature. I'm just measuring out, you know, like what, just for example, what different stop loss and take profit would look like relative to current volatility, and changing position size, and then ticks on, you know, the order card. It's kind of nice to be able to do that. Go pop into the upside here. Getting dark on the order book for 10 a.m. Sorry guys, just zooming out a little bit, getting a little bit higher time frame structure here. Oh, what is that? New home sales? What is that? That was nasty right there. I'm zooming way out. I'm watching price on the left-hand side as well. Just looking to maybe mark something up here. Like if we started to come to the upside, this would be kind of an interesting spot. I'm gonna make this a different color. Maybe like just blue. See where that is over here on the 1 minute. Nah, just pulling up towards value area high. Ooh, man. Taking off like a rocket here. Yeah, I'm hanging out, guys. I'm still no trade. This is volatile. 10:01:22. Big movement out of NQ. Obviously, we are not rolling over at VWAP and selling off to the downside. Buyers found. Aggressive pop to the upside. I'm not going to touch this for a minute. This is pretty aggressive, man. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy just yet. Wow, is YM pulling the same thing? Oh man, yeah, no rollover at all. Buys were the move down here. Okay, listen, not a great read out of me so far, but I'm happy that I haven't touched the buy or sell button just yet. Wow. All right, let's see where we go from here. We're gonna make the case for the move to the upside. Is this going to be an insane... Oh, excuse me, get back to MNQ. Is this going to be an insane cleanup before a move lower? Cleanout before a move lower? Bulls are in town right now. Maybe this is on some news. That feels very volatile. Not at a specific news event. We're gonna have to see what this is. Let's see. Yeah, reading. Struck down the tariffs. There you go. Yeah, Supreme Court struck down tariffs. Yeah, guys, this is news. Unscheduled news. I'd be extremely careful. Supreme Court, damn, just made 2K on XFA. Nice. Nice. I hope you had your risk structured, Nate, on that one, and you know you were accepting the risk on what was potentially coming if you were wrong on that. But that's awesome, dude. What did Trump tweet? Yeah, why I'm in the same direction. Nice. Bright red news. Tariff struck down. There you go. Yeah. So Supreme Court is striking down tariffs. That's the news on this one. Very, very interesting. Holy moly, what the F is this? Yo, YM. Prior day 50%. Let's see if we... Yep. Disrespecting everything now. Let's see what we got. Right back down on this thing. I'm not touching this just yet, guys. I might look to trade some of this news momentum if we start to do something that I might, be able to structure risk on, but not yet. I'm not touching this. Let's see if we continue this drive higher or if we're just going to completely sell right back off and come back down through VWAP. Zach, can you please clarify top of futures advantages, please? Sure. What are you trading with now, Mr. Ben? Who are you trading with now? Who are you comparing against? I'm happy to talk about, where they stack up in general. How is new home sales making bigger impact than PMI? It's crazy. Nah, new home sales didn't do anything. New home sales really didn't do anything. That wasn't new home sales, but yeah, like nothing. Remember to like and subscribe for sure. For sure. Chatty McChat. Yeah, you got chat. Sorry, I come up with just dumbass names. Everybody says chat. It's what I'm thinking. I'm just rambling about random stuff. Damn, that's why we had crazy chop. The whales are waiting for the tariffs. Yep. How long does news momentum last? Completely depends. Anybody's guess is as good as mine, right? Everything's going to be slightly different. Sometimes we drive in one direction, sometimes we wick, and then we come right back down like we have going on. Sometimes it's a quick pop, and then it just goes on about the day. Sometimes something comes in really, really big, like maybe this, and then we get a huge reaction that creates a massive trend day. Oh my gosh. Right back down on this. Oh, man. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm right on what I was potentially looking at, which was the shorts, and then we come through VWAP here. We're just really gonna clean everybody out long, dude. I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to speak like that, right? But I don't mean to be completely, joking around as I'm talking, but. This, to me, felt like early on with YM, right? Coming back to YM. I'm not touching this just yet. I want to be ready in case we start selling off. This, to me, felt like on YM that we were hammering this low and that we would potentially pop to the upside and then come back through. If we come through these lows, I think that this could be lights out. What do we do before big moves in one direction? Have a big move in the opposite direction. So if we come all the way back down towards lows of days on the low of day on the U.S. indices, I think we could be in for a gnarly sell-off. Right now, this could absolutely just be a break to the upside, retest of VWAP before we continue. I'm sure a ton of traders are getting long in here. I'm hands off right now, guys. This is not the momentum that I was talking about trying to trade. I don't want to try to scalp this right now. This is a very aggressive movement. You can see ATR up to 50 on the 1 minute chart here for MNQ. I'm not touching this just yet. I'm really curious to see if we start to sell off through VWAP here, though. Oh my gosh, we are. No, we're not going to do it. Are we going to do it today? Are we going to pull the classic fake everyone and their mother out to the upside, take out all the shorts, and then dump it? Is that really like what we're going to get today? Back at VWAP, dude. Let's see it. Volume weighted average price for anybody interested in what this line is on my chart. It's not magic. It's what everybody and their brother and their mother and their sister run on the chart for this reason right here. Really, really, really hard to dispute that this is a random occurrence, that we turn on a dime here, that we take off for a huge impulsive movement. We return, we stop right here, only overshoot it by a couple points, and then bounce right back up. There's a reason that so many people love VWAP. Doesn't always happen, but happens enough times to be dangerous. Happens enough times for me to have it on my chart. I'm watching this, dude. I'm so curious to see if we give up VWAP. No, not yet. Not yet. I'm not doing anything yet, guys. I'm so curious. Are we just gonna have a huge bullish day now? Got a feeling we're not gonna stay in this spot though. Buyers off of VWAP, super aggressive. Yeah, maybe I just have the wrong bias today. I think that's what it's gonna be. I'm still carrying this short view of the market, and I'm gonna have to exercise it. I'm gonna have to, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna I'm gonna start building the position super wide here. I'm short 2 micros here from current value area high. I gotta stop way outside. This is not the super scalpy style movement. I'm looking at this potentially selling off. I think if we come back down through VWAP, this is gonna be a big movement to the downside. Conversely, we come up through these highs. I'm reading it dead wrong, and we are just going to push higher. I'm happy to take a $600-700 stop on this account because I think if we are going to move lower, it's going to be a really aggressive push down. So I like the shorts better than the longs. Call me crazy. I don't know which way the market's going to move next. Nobody does with any real degree of certainty. So that's my trade on this one. I think the L on this, I'm going to come off of this account and onto another one and look to continue on with you guys. But I'm going to, I got to exercise this. I got to exercise this bias. I'm doing it in a funded account, in a sim account. It's not the top one live account. It's not a personal live account. It's aggressive. Again, it's either going to be a nice push to the upside or an aggressive push lower. I like it short. I was looking at this to the downside off the morning. I would be painfully watching this thing come back down. So I have to exercise it. I'm running it really light, 2 micros, super wide stop. This would be an arbitrary take profit. You know, really wide out here. Looks like I'm wrong so far. Continuing to find buyers off of VWAP. But I'm gonna run this one as is right now. Yeah, man. I think on NQ and YM, we're either gonna really continue this drive to the upside here. Yeah, I'd even like my stop outside of this area so we could pop all the way up here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll leave it where it is. Let's see. Let's see what this read looks like. If we started to come lower, if we really aggressively started to come lower, I'm going to add into this, by the way, guys. I would look to add into this. If we started to aggressively come lower, I would build this position even further and look to capitalize on some nice profit. Let's see. Again, trading NQ, just to preface this as well, guys, whether it works out or doesn't work out. Trading NQ, I'm not the NQ traders, really not my bread and butter, right? Coming off of YM, trying to build some edge around more aggressive intraday trading on NQ. I've talked a lot about that in the Discord. If you guys want more info on that, feel free to hop in the 100% free Discord where I talk a lot about it. Aggressive, right? Aggressive, decent amount of risk pulling these types of movements, but I'm limiting that risk, right? For me, by doing it in a funded account, right? Or an eval, right? Maybe not a prop firm live account or not a personal live account. For you, right, or for another trader, that might mean doing it on demo, right? That might mean putting like no risk on the line. That might mean doing it in a, $30 eval or something, right? So I think it's important to talk about that though, right? I'm going to lose evals and funded accounts, being aggressively trading, attempting to build out more of an edge on low time frames that I'm watching here with you guys, scalping away like a psychopath. That's why I keep saying it like that. Important to talk about that. Do we take off to the upside, man? I'm adding into this, guys. And I'm going to drag stop loss down a bit. Yeah, this is aggressive, guys. Just to give you the forewarning. I'm adding into this. I think we could see a really, really nice movement to the downside. But this is aggressive. I'm in heavy with this volatility. Again, I'm gonna cook this funded account if this goes against me. This is an aggressive play here. I'm liking this move to the downside. I think if we crack, it could be really, really nice. I am now in at 4 micros. Again, this is like, you watch other traders trade like, 100 minis, right? Aggressive for me. I'm not copy trading. I'm trading one account aggressively. I'm looking at this to continue potentially to the downside here. I'm not going to need a really, really big movement out of this. Again, I have super duper wide arbitrary take profits. That's not where I would hold to. But I'd like a really nice crack all the way back down here. See if we can't get that out of NQ. But again, I always like to talk about what the hell I'm doing as I'm doing it. Nice. Let's see. Nice. I'm going to look to see if I can't scale out of 2 right there. And then figure out what the hell I want to do with those next 2. Now's make or break time. Get through VWAP and start to dump. Yeah, I'd go something like this. Just in case we wick this to the downside really aggressively. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to play with this one. This is a funded account with an intraday trailing drawdown. So I cooked one earlier this week, allowing it to come back on me. VWAP. No, don't do it to me, VWAP. Joking around, right? No real emotion on watching these play. It's gonna fucking do it to me. Here's the problem with these intraday trailing drawdown accounts. It's tough, man. It's not gonna bode well for the way that I trade. I'm gonna hold on to this for now. I'm not stop loss to break even. Not that it matters. This is gonna cook an account. You guys are gonna watch one get cooked. Intraday trailing drawdown accounts, very, very, very tough to deal with. This is a funded account with intraday trailing drawdown. Showed me $600 of profit. That means the drawdown got dragged out. I'm gonna potentially lose this one. VWAP, man. Not getting through VWAP. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Almost, man. Almost. I had the inclination to potentially clip this one. Wanted to see a quick crackdown here, maybe a quick crackdown here. We could still get it, but this intraday trailing drawdown is going to kill me if we come back up here. Again, accepting the risk, right? You know, nothing to be all upset about or, you know, pissed off, that type of stuff. You know, if you're pissed off and you're making decisions as you go, close out, right? Do something different. I'm trying to articulate the process of trading a sim-funded account somewhat aggressively for what I could see as potentially a larger movement to the downside, to be able to capitalize on that, but not getting that yet. And now we found buyers here a third time. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Not enough to close out the trade. This is not an invalidation point, right? We got a lot of volatility. You know, moving back and forth this much. Moving back and forth this much is something I have to allow for, but unfortunately, gonna kill a funded account here. Intraday trailing drawdown, very tough to work with. Very, very tough to work with. It's something that you got to be dragging stop losses down really quickly on. Adding in maybe and you know, scaling into stuff if you're going to be stupidly aggressive with stop losses. I got to say, honestly, it doesn't bode well with my trading style. It really doesn't. I like to hold my trades. I don't like to go stupid tight with trailing stop losses. It just does not fit well with my style. But I'm trading a bunch of different sim accounts, you know, kind of testing across different firms, getting a good feel for different stuff that's out there, so I could speak on it from experience, not just to say, well, I like this firm, but, you know, that's only because I trade with them exclusively. I don't test anybody else. So far from these guys in this run that I've started to trade with, these accounts that have this intraday trailing drawdown, I've taken a payout from one that I'm not trading right now that no longer has the intraday trailing drawdown. I've cooked one in a very similar instance to what's happening today. Way worse, though. I was not paying attention. I had it run like $1,600 or $1,700 in profit, and then back to, you know, to a little bit past drawdown, only like $400 of loss to close the account out. But they're tough to deal with. They're really tough to deal with. So, you know, this one is a third. We'll see. But I got the feeling that I'm gonna lose it right now. Part of the game. Part of the really aggressive game. Not part of the game for everybody. Definitely not part of the game for everybody. But this is the problem with it. Like, this isn't an invalidation point. This is not the invalidation point. I think we could come back through here. But now with intraday trailing drawdown, since we moved, you know, 300 ticks in my direction and then back up, maybe we trail all the way up here. I get taken out right here. Account gets closed out. You know, that type of a move. Aggressive trading on NQ. Looks like it's gonna be a killer for me, man. I was tempted to take that one off right at VWAP, and that discretion would have helped me a little bit today. Yeah, this looks like the move to the upside. Yep. Yeah, ES coming through liquidity to the upside. This looks like we might want to go. Again, it's not really an invalidation point, so I'm gonna have to let it go. I could do whatever I want, but I can't in good faith close out right here. You know, this is not where my stop should be. Otherwise, you know, that's where I'd want it. At this point, I'm in too heavy, given the intraday trailing drawdown and the trade not continuing in my direction. So, gonna watch it run. I think I'm gonna get taken out of the trade because intraday trailing drawdown max loss limit will be hit before this stop loss. But that's part of the game, man. You'll watch a funded account get lost here. Part of the game. Part of the business. Again, not for everyone, right? Like, definitely not for everybody. But for me, trading aggressively in accounts with intraday trailing drawdown, right? You know, I'm gonna learn the hard way whether or not I can handle them or not. And I don't think that they're gonna bode well for me. I really don't think that they are. I think I'm gonna struggle to get past any intraday trailing drawdown buffer, just for my style of trading. I don't have that unless I just run the stupidly aggressive scalpy approach on NQ, which has worked okay. But this move, probably not going to be it for intraday trailing drawdown. But I'll come back to the chat. I'm watching this one closely because I do want to watch what happens if it just pops to the upside. We'll come back to the chat. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask away. I'll be talking with you here in a bit. As far as the read of the market, at least so far, I'm wrong. I'm on the wrong side of it. It's not that clean out move and then a move back down, at least so far. Maybe we dance around up here, take Zach out, and then dump. But it's a pop to the upside on news. Buyers holding VWAP and no continuation lower, at least for now. You know, certainly could start to roll over at any point, but at least not yet. But again, you know, this is the decision, right? You know, you have to make these decisions as you're trading. This to me is not an invalidation point. Right here is not an invalidation point, right? So I'm going to allow this full amount of risk, which given, I'll say it one more time, which given the intraday trailing drawdown, which trailed up with me on that $600, is likely going to completely kill this 50K funded account that I'm in right now. In the pursuit of allowing the trade to play out to the best of my abilities. Because I do think we still could come lower. And even if we don't, this is not my spot to be out. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see, Chatty McChat. You guys are chatting it up. I run an anchor on Globex. Awesome. You guys are talking strategy in here. Playing a little ASFX for VWAP. Anchored at 10 a.m. Announcement at NQ. Nice. You guys are running some anchored VWAP. Very nice. Trust your gut. Not lose it. Yeah. VWAP is always a scalp position for me when short and above. Yep. Would have played very nicely for me today, Nate. I agree with that. One piece, obvious, you know, always hindsight. One piece of trade management that would have been really much better for me on this trade: scale out at break even. Excuse me, scale out at VWAP. Scale out at take profit, and maybe stop to break even. Would have generated some quick profit, stopped me at break even on the second half of the position, and then you know, allowed me to continue on trading. Let's see. So let's make some adjustments since we're not dumping to the downside. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these where they are for now. I don't think I'm surviving this, but that's part of the transparency, man. I'll show you what it looks like for me today, which looks like a no trade in the live account so far, and looks like I'm gonna kill a funded here. Let's see. We were talking, you were talking VWAP. Yeah, trust your edge. Every loss required. Yeah, absolutely. What are we talking about here? Tough day, tough week. Just in case yeah, awesome. Top one's futures is 1000% legit. Great, man. So they fixed something for you. Yeah, I would agree. We're fans of top one over here. I get so much out of listening to your thinking out loud. I swear I learned so much on these. Even how you feel and then deal with emotion. Yeah, I hope so, guys. Like, this is what trading looks like, at least for me, right? So you can watch me do well, make mistakes. You could watch how I manage trades, and you could say, hey, that's good, or hey, that's not good. And maybe that's some value, you know, for you. But yeah, that's why I try to do what I do here. I really try to articulate as best I can what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Funny how Tradeovate is crapping the bed after TS had issues the last few months. Yeah, it is. It is kind of funny. Go. Yeah, let's see, man. We're not dead yet. Not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Damn, I pressed the exit button. Hey Zach, you journaling these scalpy trades? If so, do you do them right after before session or in a batch after session? Cyrus, it's a good question, right? Essentially, how the hell do you journal, you know, scalpy style trades? For me, what I like to do if I'm trying something like approach like this, it's going to generate a lot of trades, I'll journal after. And I'll really just do a write-up, right? I'll kind of do a general write-up on the full day. If I want to go back and look at individual executions, I will. And I think it is important for many people and for most starting out. You want to journal every single individual trade, stops, entries, targets, what volatility looked like everything. Maybe as you progress and you're over half a decade in and, you know, you got a little bit more experience and you're not going for as much nuanced data. And also maybe you stream live like me, so you have a live recording of everything that you do, at least for the morning sessions. You can get away with, you know, a more general write-up. And that's what I'll do for the scalpy style stuff, right? At the end of the day, you know, simple paragraph, you know, first off, what happened, right? What went well, what went poorly? What was the market like? You know, how was I executing? You know, on Wednesday, for example, pretty obvious. Hey, you got somebody installing an EV charge port at your house. You're distracted right off the bat. You immediately have to hop on and off. They're turning power on and off. Why did you think you needed to continue trading and take losses and, you know, blow a funded account and then multiple evals that were halfway to pass because, you know, you're not paying attention? Right, you know, so sometimes it's really obvious stuff like that. Sometimes I'm going to journal, you know, and kind of just write up, hey, you know, had some good results scalping in really choppy conditions in the afternoon. Volatility was fairly low. I was running a tighter take profit and stop loss that seemed to work out really nicely. You know, try to pick up on nuances or, you know, hey, your mindset was pretty solid here, but you continued on after you took 6 wins. You took 2 losses, and then rather than clipping it, you continue to take loss after loss after loss. Obviously, conditions change. You're not reading the market well. You know, why are you doing that? Don't do that. You know, so some kind of big obvious stuff like that. And then once you hone in and you really want to get even more detailed, you know, yes, executions on screen, entry, stops, targets. What did everything look like? What did you do after you got into the trade? You know, that type of stuff can be helpful. But I do find that most people don't journal at all. And doing something is going to be better than nothing. The more detailed you can get, tracking every single data point, obviously better. Most people won't do that, you know. So something simple, you know, screenshot with a position tool of all of your trades, basic write-up, contract sizing, what the hell happened, what accounts were you trading, how were you feeling, a little bit on emotion, mindset, psychology, the market conditions, right? So you can take it to some context. Hey, you know, on this day, important to add, we had something go on with tariffs, right? You know, you had this bias for the day. We had a big increase in volatility. You know, you started to scale into a trade, but this was post a Supreme Court decision on tariffs. You know, maybe you want to be cautious, you know, running a play like that in the future. How does that play out over time when there's unexpected news events that, you know, start to drive the market higher or lower? You know, all that type of stuff. But for the most part, you know, here's the general piece. I try to speak the reality. Most people don't journal at all. Most people don't do anything. So anything is going to be better than nothing. And if you could at least just in the notes section of your phone, do a small write-up. You could speak to it in voice text, a small write-up of how your day went, what you feel you did well, what you feel you did poorly, and then some screenshots or maybe just some executions screenshots, some position tool screenshots of your day. You'll start to identify trends, big standout trends. Is that really enough to define a super clear edge and apply a lot of consistency? No, but it's better than nothing. So start there and then go more detailed. If you want a really, really badass tool, I don't really talk a lot about it. I am partnered and affiliated with them, but it's just not something that I've been yapping about really at all. TradeZella. They integrate with pretty much every damn prop firm, brokerage, everything. You could use TradeZella. Super, super awesome. Their suite of tools is awesome. It is paid. You know, there's only so many things that people want to pay for. So, you know, how I really got consistent was first I did the whole spreadsheet thing, and then I would stop doing it, right? And then I went, okay, let me dumb it down, right? And this was from some other guys that I was working with. You know, what's the simplest thing you could do? Notes section of your phone, screenshot with the position tool in the chart, what you did, why you did it, how did it work out, what happened with trade management, what happened afterwards, you know, how are you feeling, what were you thinking during the trade, you know, and you'll identify some really big standout issues. As I'm yapping, we're starting to come lower on this one, guys. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna diamond hands this bad boy. I held it long enough. I sure as hell can't close it now. I'm holding this bad boy. We're taking the win or we're taking the loss. No paper hands on this stream. Maybe just way too aggressive holding today. We'll see how it plays out, right? I'll look like a genius if it dumps. I'll look like an idiot if it comes all the way back up and stops me out. That's cool. Guess what, guys? I don't think I'm either. I don't think I'm a complete idiot. I don't think I'm a complete genius. I think I'm probably somewhere in the middle. Maybe closer to the idiot side. But I'm going to try to manage my trades to the best of my abilities and do what makes sense. And for me on this trade, it's nothing. It's not just holding a trade to the death of an account and then go break even. That's not it for me at all. I'm definitely not gonna pull that move. It's always painful to watch the market give you a chance to get out at break even, not do it, and then you watch it come back on you. But most of good trading is painful. Most of good trading is doing the stuff that feels incredibly painful to do. And right now, that's not closing this at break even. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna run it, chat. Stop where it has to be. Take profit is where I'd like it to be. We'll see. I'm still shooting for the same move. Thesis is still intact. We found buyers at VWAP so many damn times. In fact, if we come through this again, I like it even better to the downside. Now we failed multiple times. We come back through these highs, I'd be very confident that it's lights out. But there's a reason I didn't get out right here, and this is it. You know, I don't know what's going to happen next in the market. Nobody really does. All we can do is structure risk, you know, allow our thesis to play out, manage our trades to the best of our abilities. I scaled in on the way back down here, looking for the immediate break. I did tighten up stop loss, which was somewhere out here initially. This is still a lot of risk for this account with intraday trailing drawdown. It's pretty damn heavy, but I'm going to leave this as is for now. We shall see. VWAP bounce, probably, but love the attitude. Yeah, we'll see. The more times that we bounce off VWAP and then come back down to it, kind of like that zone down below on YM, I think the less it's respected, you know, eventually we come through it. We shall see. Anyone using journal like TradeZella or manual journal? Yeah, we were just talking about that. TradeZella is awesome. TradeZella is super awesome if you want to pay for a journal that you don't really have to worry about. Super duper awesome. Manually journaling is super easy. You could use notes section of your phone. You know, there's a bunch of free apps, Evernote, Notion for journaling, all that type of stuff. I don't do journal either yet. You should do something. You should do something. I think the short is going to play. We'll see. Hello, everyone new here. How you doing, guys? Good. Good. Live session is the best journal. Yeah, I mean, you guys want to see, like, really what your trading looks like? You really want to go back and see? Screen record not only your screen, but your face like this. And you'll get an extremely good feel for what's going on in your trading. You'll get a fantastic feel for what's going on in your trading. Zach, the OG realist trader in the space, I personally feel. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. Listen, man, I try to show you guys what trading looks like for me. The good and the bad. You know, yesterday, good, right? Hopped on. Waited patiently for the YM long. Caught it very low into the move. Beautiful 720 bucks worth of profit. Very, very nicely, right? The day before that, trash. 3 L's, scalp and NQ, just back-to-back getting cooked. Nothing too crazy in a sim account, right? Keeping risk low. The session before that, Friday's live session. Beautiful, dude. $1,000 in a blink of an eye in the live account, right? Really, really clean to the upside. Today, maybe not great, right? But that's what trading looks like. The guys on X, the guys on IG, the guys on YouTube, where it's straight wins, I'm the best, hundreds of thousands of dollars, all wins, my win rate, nobody does it like that's usually BS, man. There's a shitload of loss on the back of that, right? No big profit without big losses, right? And I'm going for bigger profit on this one. I'm getting more aggressive. I talk about the risks involved with doing that. It's definitely not for most or for everybody. But that's part of it, man. That's part of it. Losses are part of this game. You know, don't shy away from them. It's why I'm on here happily talking about them and showing them. I'm not stoked to take them. It doesn't feel good. I love to take wins. I wish it was all green every day. But that's not what it looks like, right? And big, especially bigger prop firm payouts, larger, more frequent prop firm payouts, do not come without larger, more frequent prop firm losses, losing accounts. That's part of it. It's part of what we're seeing blow up on Twitter today, right? Most of the traders, you know, are not going to talk about that. They're not going to show you it live. Not that I've killed an account live with you guys, you know, I think in a long period of time. But they're not going to talk about that, right? They're not going to show it live. They're not going to talk about it on and off stream. And I get it, right? They want to sell that dream, but I don't want to sell that dream to you guys. I was sold that dream and it didn't help me. I want to show you the reality. And then you can make a decision to say, hey, that's not for me, dude, at all. That's crazy. I don't like that at all. You got to lose a lot of money in order to maybe make a lot of money. That's what trading looks like. Welcome to the show. You know that scene from The Campaign where it's Will Ferrell? And he goes, welcome to the fucking show. And he whips out his napkin. Excuse me, YouTube. I hope I don't get yelled at. Welcome to the show, guys. This is what this looks like. So, you know, the dude's putting it, and again, not to like talk about anything, but just I'm talking in general. The dude's putting up hundreds of thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars in payouts or millions of dollars in payouts. They're spending tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on evals and funded accounts. They're losing funded accounts by the dozens, if not by the hundreds, okay? The same is true in live trading. The guys putting up tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on live P&Ls, they're risking tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, right? There's levels to this game, you know? It's important to note that. So, you know, don't lose sight of that. Don't forget that. And it's really, really important for me to be transparent about that with you guys, okay? Which I talk about, and I've talked about from the beginning. I talked about coming to trading with money, right? I talked about coming to trading, you know, after I was fairly successful in a prior career. And really continuing to be successful in a prior career while I started to cut my teeth trading. You know, not everybody has that. Oh, I'm watching this thing dance around, man. Yeah, it's. I don't know that it's gonna give it to me. I don't know that it's gonna give it to me. It looks like it's gonna pop and take me out. You know, on another day we get the dump here, guys. But look, talking markets on this specific trade, not just trading in general. Was commenting on Nate, you know, telling me that I'm a real one, which I always appreciate. This doesn't look like it, man. Started to look really good on the way back down. Gave me the shot here. Looked beautiful. I'm holding my trades. This just looks like we're going to dance here and then take off. If we had come through this low, if we had come through again on this one, we start to come down towards this, it's going to look beautiful to the downside. But right now, we're just holding VWAP. We're holding around this value area high. And I'm not going to survive much more of the push to the upside. But again, not an invalidation point, right? Really just not an invalidation point on this trade for me. So, holding. That's my play. But yeah, guys, I try. But yeah, if you really want to do something really, if you're struggling, you want to know what your trading really looks like, you want to go back and watch yourself go on tilt and trade with emotion, all that crap, screen record yourself. Man, this is moving so fast where I really have to step away, but I'm gonna have to wait for the stop out or the move back down. I gotta take the quick break, but I can't do it just yet. Nah, it's gonna be lights out, man. If we pop these highs and drive, it's gonna be lights out. ES dropped off on CVD. This was looking pretty nice back here, man. This was looking pretty nice back here. Dropped off on CVD, but a lot of liquidity up above. Yeah, it looks like we want to drive into that. Buyers want to take it higher. Looks like we're going to go and wick this high. And kill a funded, chat, for the culture. Let's unfortunately run it, man. Let's unfortunately run it today. Why I'm driving higher on a positive CVD. Last ditch effort is right here above these highs for buyers to fail and pull back, but it don't look like it. It don't look like it. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. 987s. Down below price. There's not too much outside of this. Yeah, I can't. I gotta be right back, guys. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna be completely honest with this one. I usually say I gotta grab a drink of water. I don't want to move away because this thing's moving fast and I want to be able to manage it, but I'm gonna leave my stop loss, which is, I think, far enough away where I'd be taken out of the account ahead of time with this intraday trailing drawdown, as it came $600 or $700 in profit. Let's see. We're gonna see it anyway. Come on, man. Don't make me hold it for this long. Go and stop me out or start to sell off. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta do it. I'm sorry. You guys Chair's gonna watch the stop for me or the run back down. I'll be right back. Let's see, chat. There we go. Time to install a remote monitor in the bathroom. Yeah. For the culture. Yeah, I forget who was on the stream and lost an account. And he went for the culture. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of it. Let's see. I think this, for those of you guys that hopped on late, this is in a eval funded account with intraday trailing drawdown. I got short in here. I did not take profit or scale out or do anything, as this showed me 330 ticks in profit, which is proving to not be the best trade management for this individual trade. I think I'm gonna get that ding, and this is gonna take me out as we pop this high. maybe before this stop, because of that intraday trailing drawdown on this account. I don't think I have the room even to survive this push back up here and take a normal stop out. But more aggressive trading, looking for the move to the downside. We're not getting that at all. This looks like we could be setting up for the trend day. I'd be kind of surprised at this point if we didn't crack IB high now and just drift higher. Again, if we come back down through VWAP, I'm gonna hold it again, guys. Honestly, if we decide to sell off and turn this into a bearish movement, I'm gonna hold this. I think it would be even cleaner to the downside. You know, but what's the thesis on this candle now, right? Like, that we flip this thing, that we turn this into a bloody Friday, you know, or that we just kind of keep doing what we're doing now and back and forth and drifting higher. You know, probably that we just kind of back and forth drifted higher, right? You know, big push to the upside. We had some news that came in, saw some really aggressive selling pressure, but you know, this looks like we just want to drive higher, and unfortunately, buys off of VWAP would have paid pretty nicely. Oh, let's see. It's not going to take me out with that intraday trailing drawdown. It's gonna just stop me. Okay, maybe we don't kill an account. I thought it would be. I thought I'd be dead by now. I'd have to load up Trade Evade and look at that distribution to drawdown thing. But yeah, man, the intraday trailing drawdown accounts are tough. In a funded account or an eval, super tough. You know, as it moves in profit, you got to be super duper tight with taking profit and dragging stop losses in, and it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't think I give those credit that can run it. I don't think it's gonna bode well for me. I don't think it's something that I'm gonna be able to withstand for a lot of time. In by the skin of my teeth, but yeah, this just looks like we want to drive higher. Which, let's take a look at MNQ to the upside here. Yeah, we got a little bit of liquidity up here. I mean, maybe we just come and pop and hang out around the 100s. Maybe there's a chance that we just chop after hitting this zone here. But this looks like we could be wanting to break and really push higher on this. Not to take the screen off as I'm getting ready to hit a stop. But, ooh. YM not driving higher at all. I am not driving higher at all. Wow. Wow. What's ES doing? Yeah, they're trying to figure out if they're gonna break this to the upside and run. This looks like the stop coming up. Looks like they're trying to figure out if they're going to break this to the upside and run with this and create their nice big bullish day, or if in fact we're going to stay in this zone. I mean, could be the gnarly afternoon sell-off, but I was just dead wrong on this one to the upside, which is the way that I like it to be. If I'm going to be wrong, I really like to be dead wrong, unless I'm scalping like a crazy person. But I was wrong on this initial movement. You know, these found buyers off of VWAP repeatedly, and no sellers to take it lower just yet. Let's come back over and watch the stop. Here it comes, boys, for the culture. Oh, no, wait. No, wait. No, wait. MNQ. There it is. Now we're going to watch it. There we go. Yeah. In by the skin of my teeth here. Would be very surprised if I didn't take the stop here. Kind of cool that I didn't lose it. I mean, not going to have much room to work at all, but looks like we're going to get the $1,300 stop. There we go. There it is, chat. 1,300 bucks on a account that is going to have next to nothing to work with. So that's essentially dead in the water. Essentially be dead in the water. Pushing higher just repeatedly. I do think there's a chance that we bounce up here, but this is just a bullish movement. On the wrong side of it, I really liked this for a move to the downside, man. It looked really, really good down here. We'll see. We'll see. But part of the game, man. L today, chat. L today in a funded account. Part of the game. Part of the game. Zach needs some motivation, bro. One was 150K, top of futures account. Lost 2 accounts this morning. Well, here's the question. Were you comfortable losing those accounts? Did you know that you could lose those accounts today? Or did you do something that, you didn't accept on the front end? Because if you knew you were, potentially going to lose those accounts and you accepted that risk on the front end and you were cool with that, then, no harm, no foul. You didn't do anything wrong. If you were not comfortable losing those accounts, you didn't intend to lose them, what happened, right? Where did you step out of line with your discipline and your trading plan and your risk management? And, how can you prevent that from happening for next time? That's the questions. Did you do what you were supposed to do and you lost an account? Okay. Another day, man. Right? Did you not do what you were supposed to do when you lost an account? Why did you not do what you were supposed to do? Why are you doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, right? And how can you prevent that from happening in the future? Well, how are you thinking about trading? That's not the right way to think about it, right? How are you building discipline and confidence around a trading plan? And then how are you going to stick to that for next time around? That's where I would go with that. All right. IB high broken to the upside. Wanted to just take a quick look at this and mention it. I yap about Edgeful quite a bit before we get ready maybe to give some accounts away. I'll read the chat, see what you guys have going on here. Before we get ready to give some accounts away, I want to talk about Edgeful. Shout out Edgeful for providing a whole bunch of awesome reports. I want to look at the NQ initial balance breakout. Strong stat. Strong stat. So initial balance is the first 1 hour opening range from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. We are breaking that to the upside right now. Now that we have that stat in play, we know that over the last 6 months of data, only 16.92% of the days we have come back down to break the other side of the opening range, the initial balance, after breaking one side. It's a hella bullish call for this one. Let me look at what's in play and look for... Yeah, just NQ. Yep, opening candle continuation, calling for a move to the upside. Initial balance breakout, calling for the move to the upside. Yeah. Yep, 60 minute. Yeah, it's a heavy long call. Previous day range, calling for shorts. Always gonna be able to find something calling for shorts. Interesting. Do you guys want to check out Edgeful? Link will be in the chat. Again, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated with them. I stand to make money, so I can't be unbiased. I think looking at some of these stats and marking them up on the chart, watching how they play out over time can be helpful. Someone asked what actually Edgeful is, it like a copier? No. This is a data provider, a statistics and data provider. This provides data and information based around specific market movements, right? So like we were just looking at, what I'm looking at here is the opening range, 1 hour opening range on NQ. Here's the top, here's the bottom. If we break one side, what often happens? Do we come back down and break the other side? Do we keep pushing the upside? Well, what happens here? These reports can give you all of that information. All of that information. It's like Forex Factory. No, not at all like Forex Factory. Forex Factory is a news site and a forum. So not at all like Forex Factory either. If you want to check it out, link is in the bio, man. Check it out, and if you have like detailed questions on it, I'm happy to talk about it. Shout out Edgeful. We'll see how that IB plays out today. But you guys have been hanging out on here. You've been patient. I appreciate you being here. I think you know what time it's about to be. It's about to be tomorrow. No, let me throw this up on screen. Let's see. Hang on. Where's my banners? Where's my banners? And then I'll go back and read the chat, and we'll give some accounts away. There we go. Boom. We have a giveaway rolling, guys. We are going to get the link in chat right now. Go ahead and get this one filled out. I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes here. Real quick, on this form, you do have to be following me on Instagram. You need to be following me on IG. I'm speed running myself to a zillion followers on IG. You guys can help me out by following on IG, but you do got to be following. Still free, no purchase necessary, but sometimes I add some fun requirements in there. And this one is you got to follow on IG. 10 minutes to get it filled out. Guess I'll hang out for a little bit. Please don't fill it out more than one time. You also have to be on the live stream to win. You got to be here on stream to win. Go ahead, get that one filled out if you want to be part of the giveaway. And remember, you got to be following on Instagram, the good old gram. I'm posting a whole lot more on there. You guys are missing out if you're not hanging out on IG with me. There we go. Let's see. Chatty McChat, chat. Let me scroll back through, see what we got going on. Yeah, we made it through Zach's the OG. We talked about that. Short NQ. Yeah, that didn't play out too nicely, unfortunately. NQ shorts did not pay me. You can try Simple Dope for journaling. Allows access it from different devices. Cloud-based. Yeah, I like Notion. Notion's super easy. Might have to start recording myself. I want to see my expressions. Yeah. Purple Ninja Facts posted and then deleted something for the culture. Yeah. What giveaway is this and how do we enter, by the way? Giveaways are random times, random days on the stream, guys. I let you know what you have to do to get the giveaway. Usually it's a form, basic form like this, Google form. Get that filled out and we can go from there. Morning, bro. Top one question. I'm new to props. If I run an account profit up without taking it, is there a limit, $3,000 each that I could take out? Yes, Pam. There is a upper limit on what you can do for prop firm payouts at every single firm. So I would be looking at on the Top One Futures page, the frequently asked questions. So let's go through this real quick. Let's go through this while we're hanging out and getting the form filled out. Pam asked, is there an upper limit? So first, if you guys want to check out Top One Futures, you can. Code RDF is going to get you 60% off. But here's where I would go. This is the Top One Futures page, right? Here's where I would go. And this is the same on almost every prop firm. Just so you guys know, if you're trading with prop firms, here's how you know every single detailed, nuanced answer for everything. Frequently asked questions. I don't know why they all do it this way. This is where they do it. It's the same at like every major firm. Click on frequently asked questions and it brings you to like, some kind of different site where it has all of your frequently asked questions. And you're going to want to go through and read all the frequently asked questions for sure. But specifically on whatever account that you're trading. So, maybe you're trading like an instant sim funded account, right? You're going to look at the consistency rules, the trailing drawdown, the overview, all that fun stuff. And then maybe you have a question on payouts, right? What are the requirements to take a payout, right? And then additional payout requirement guides, right? Again, so maybe you're trading the sim funded, the straight to sim funded pro, the ignite. Maybe we're trading instant sim fundeds, right? The 50K, or they're going to give you max payouts right here, right? So here we go, Pam. Here's the answer to your question. So for the instant sim fundeds, for example, if you're trading a 50K account, max you're taking is 2,500, per withdrawal. So, important to like note some of those things. Important to know about the live program, what happens after you take a payout, all of these things, guys. But here's the really honest answer. If you're trading with a prop firm and you haven't read every single page on whatever the frequently asked questions is, you're eventually going to break one of those rules and be really mad when you lose your account or get denied a payout. So you have to read the rules and at least understand them if you stand a chance to follow them. So go to whatever prop firm that you're trading with and read the rules. Otherwise don't do it. But yeah, that's the answer. Every prop firm account is going to have a payout cap, or most of them do. Understand what that is per payout. It does change based on account type. It changes. understand, what their live account looks like. So, maybe you want to put more profit in it and build a buffer, all these types of things. Intraday drawdown sucks. Yeah, intraday drawdown is a killer, dude. It's so hard to work with. Oh, let's go through. Garu, you're all over the place, bro. I appreciate you being here. I need a beard like you. I don't know, bro. You need to focus up. You need a cup of coffee. Can I still apply if I don't have social media? I would follow you if I had. Juan, you can be part of all of the other giveaways, but if you don't have something that's required to to be part of a giveaway today, which we don't always do the Instagram thing, then unfortunately no. Otherwise, I'd have to make that what do you call it? Not an excuse. When you let somebody do something. I don't know. I'd have to do it for everybody. How's the Porsche? The Porsche is sick, dude. I love that car. It's awesome. Very grateful. Very grateful. Damn, my slow net. Yep. Hello, prop trader. What's up? Thanks. I totally didn't understand the FAQ on this. Yeah. Exception. That's the answer. I'd have to make that exception for everybody. Yo, hello, what's up? Okay, awesome, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Let's get ready to run this, guys. Go ahead, get the form filled out. Link is above. You got to follow on IG. I'm going to give you guys another couple minutes. Get that one filled out, and then we'll run a giveaway. Going to get the ducks loaded up and run it, man. 11 o'clock. I'm one larger L on a funded account. I didn't leave myself room to work on this one at all. Could swap over to others, could swap over to evals, but with this type of structure and after that type of loss, here's the discipline, the limiting risk. I'm just probably not going to take anything else. I'm probably not going to run this one again. I don't know that I want to start scalping, really aggressively here. I'm probably just going to watch the market for a bit, get some scalping into the afternoon. YM not loading up on the 15-minute chart. I don't know what's up with that. Probably get some scalping into the afternoon on NQ, but I didn't get that larger movement that I wanted to play out on NQ, and I don't think I'm going to press it. In fact, I'm not going to press it, at least right now. I don't know what's up with TradingView taking forever to load up. You guys want to check out Top 1 Futures? Code RDF gets you 60% off first or next account. But we're doing the giveaway here. Let me go ahead and get this one loaded up. Last chance, guys. Last chance to get the form filled out as we get the ducks ready to run. Let's see. Come on, man. You guys are getting your names in here last minute. I still see people popping up. All right, guys. Form is about to be closed. Somebody put YouTube as their username. You definitely messed that one up. Oh, okay, I see what you did. Lucky I caught that one. Soul Reaper. Alright. We are good to go. Alright, giveaway form is closed. We have 101 ducks in a row. This is going to be for a Top 1 Futures, 50K, Ignite, instant funded account. Shout out Top 1 Futures. Shout out Top 1 Futures. Let's see. Let's see who's got this one. 3 minutes on the clock. We're not running 1,000 of them like yesterday. Good luck, everybody. We'll see who's going to take the win on this one. W. I might have missed it by seconds. I'm sorry. I'm Soul Reaper, bro. Yeah. Bro, you gotta slow down. You're all over the map, bro. I fixed it for you. You put YouTube as your username, and then you put your username on what platform you're watching on. Slow down, brother. Slow down. It's all good. I fixed it for you. You don't worry, man. Let's see what we got. Hey, what's up? Do you trade Forex too? No, not anymore. I cut my teeth and got a lot of consistency trading Forex, but not much at all anymore. It's really the only market nowadays that I really don't watch or touch. Exception. We talked about that. Hello, just joined the stream. How's your trading week? Good. Good overall. I think Monday was a holiday, right? Slow start on Monday, holiday. Back and forth scalping on NQ, honestly, on the live streams has been pretty trash. I'd say that's definitely been a red overall for NQ on the sim accounts here with you guys. I've had some back and forth results doing that off stream as well. Some really solid green days, some really frustrating days like Wednesday when I was completely distracted and decided to continue to try to trade. Trading the live account with you guys on stream, solid, really solid. Nice green week. Into profit, payout requested yesterday after catching a nice W before Clay hopped on right into the open. Been solid in the Top 1 Futures live account for sure. So, back and forth, ebbs and flows. Usually what trading looks like. Sometimes slow periods, sometimes really, really fast periods, right? Where you got a lot going on. YM, been working really, really nicely for me. NQ, we're building. We're building on NQ. And you guys are going to watch that play out live. Like today with a really beautiful L. But that's the review of the trading week. But you guys get to watch my trading play out in real time. Wins, losses, everything here, free on the live sessions. I've been doing more yapping on IG because I got a lot of people on IG as well. I talk on the stories. I talk about the trading day. I post some P&Ls, kind of recap what was going on towards the end of the day. Feel free to follow on IG if you don't already. "17 seconds to go. Let's see who's got it today. Somebody is going to be the winner of a 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is about to be in the chat. Code RDF. Miss K911. Miss K911, where you at in the chat? Say what's up. Say what's up in the chat. We got a W. We got W's in the chat for Miss K911. Let's see who it is. Remember, don't go anywhere yet, guys. Don't go anywhere. The trader does have to be here in order to claim the account, unless it's an OG and I know who the heck they are. And then I give them the exception, the word that I was looking for before. Looks like your username should be Miss K911. Let's see. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? And let's see. Are they following on IG? We got another qualifier today. Let's see who we got. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere yet, guys. We might have to run it back. We might have to run it back, guys. Don't go anywhere. I don't see it yet. I don't see it. Okay, we got following on IG. Following on IG. There we are. She's here. She's here. We got W's in the chat. So listen, I give you guys a little bit of time. I don't want to make you nervous. Listen, we got W's in the chat for Miss K911 taking the W on this one. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing, guys. I appreciate it. Account will come straight to the email that you provided from Top 1 Futures. If you didn't win an account, remember, guys, just to give you guys some insider info. Top 1 Futures, code RDF, 60% off your first or next account, first or next, with Trade-Evate, Ninja Trader, TradingView on Top 1 Futures. They're going to kill this one soon because they're getting ready to roll out something very new that Clay was talking about on stream yesterday. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. Next couple of weeks, I think we're going to see something really interesting from Top 1 on the eval side. Something extremely competitive. I'm very excited about it. But if you want to grab an account ahead of that and you're waiting, I wouldn't wait because the code's probably going to go away, right? Before they launch new stuff, before they run big promos, there's that back and forth. So I wouldn't sleep if you are looking for an aggressive deal on instant funded accounts. Any questions, feel free to hit me up. Guys, it's been fun. It's been real and it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. No, I'm just kidding. It's been fun. It's been an awesome week trading live with you guys. Like I just recapped, kind of back and forth. Really green in the live account, not really green in the sim account. Pretty damn red in the sim accounts. As far as the live trading goes, back and forth off stream. As far as the sim accounts go, payouts, lost accounts. I'll continue to talk about it with you guys. Follow on IG that I'm posting a whole bunch more stories and all that fun stuff, reels, keeping you updated on what's going on in the prop firm space, and we'll go from there. Next week, just in case you live under a rock, next week we will be live 9:15 a.m. Eastern every damn day right here on YouTube, Kick, and X. You can also hop in the 100% free trading Discord. Let me throw it in the chat in case you guys also live under a rock and you don't know. Free Discord. No course, no VIP, no mentorship, none of that stuff. Free 99. Happy to show you what real trading looks like for me. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. I will see you on Monday. I'll talk to you guys at Discord. I'll see you across socials. Quick reminder, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions, read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts, and the partnership and affiliate disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Like Top 1 Futures Code, RDF, Bookmap, Edgeful, and others. Can't be unbiased. If I stand to make money, I do. Important for you to be, important for you to know that. Me to be transparent about that. For you to do your own research, make your own decisions. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Have an awesome weekend. Get outside and touch some grass. I'll see you guys next week. I will talk to you soon.